Hello friends, it's so great to get to read to you again today. I'm so excited about our book choice for today because I think it's going to teach all of us a very good lesson. So we are going to learn this very good lesson. Ready? Our book is called Don't Judge an Alligator by Its Teeth. Don't judge an alligator by its teeth. I want you to look at the cover of our book. What's the first thing we do when we read a book? We always need to make a prediction. So look at the cover. What do you think the book's going to be about? Ooh, we're beginning the book. So this is the beginning of the book. Remember the beginning of the book. Remember your 5-finger retell. Beginning. Okay. Benjamin was happy to spend the day at the pond. He liked the water. He liked to fish. He had his own fishing pole. It was a trip just for him and Dad. Dad liked to fish too. He helped Benjamin get his fishing pole ready. They sat beside the pond. Look at that picture. They're sitting beside the pond, laughing together because our pictures always match our words. The sun was warm and bright. Benjamin lay back in the grass and smiled at the sun. The sun smiled back at him. Pause there for a second. The sun smiled back at him. Look at the sun smiling. Does the sun normally smile? Do you think this book is fiction or nonfiction? I want you to think about that as we read. What other reasons do you think this book might be fiction or nonfiction? Okay. Dad lay back in the grass too. Everything was very quiet until Dad started snoring. Snoring. Benjamin had not caught any fish. He looked at his fishing pole. He gave it a shake. He reeled it all the way in. Still no fish. Oh, look at Benjamin. How do you think he feels about catching no fish? You gotta look at his face. What does that mean he feels? He was tired of sitting in the grass, so he decided to take a look around. He got up and began to walk around the pond. The pond was very big. It had a lot of tall reeds. There were dragonflies buzzing all around. There were even turtles on logs. They liked the sun, just like Benjamin. The grass started waving back and forth. The grass is waving back and forth. How do you think it feels outside? You got to think about the setting. The grass is waving back and forth. What do you think that means? A little frog hopped right out. The frog hopped right in front of Benjamin. Benjamin bent down to look at the little frog. The frog was too fast. It hopped away. Then Benjamin saw something else. He saw a pair of eyes just above the water. They were alligator eyes. Oh no, let's see what happens. Benjamin gasped. He was afraid. He knew that alligators were not the nicest animals. At least, that's what he had been told. Stay away from alligators, his dad said. Stay away from alligators, his mom said. He started to run, but he tripped over his shoelace. He fell down to the ground. When he looked up, he saw alligator eyes. But the alligator was not in the water anymore. It was on the edge of the pond. Oh no, friends, what do you think is going to happen as we enter the middle of the story? It was moving slowly toward Benjamin. Benjamin was too scared to run. He was sure he was about to be an alligator snack. Don't eat me, he said. I had broccoli for dinner. The alligator blinked his big eyes. Eat you? He asked. Why would I eat you? Isn't that what alligators do? Benjamin asked with a frown. Maybe some alligators, the alligator said, but I am not one of those. Benjamin wasn't sure what to do. He thought maybe the alligator was trying to trick him. He was a hungry alligator. He might trick a little boy too. Just stay back, Benjamin said. But I came out of the water to see you, the alligator sighed. You're being a little rude. If you don't want to eat me, then why do you want to see me? Benjamin asked. I just want to play, the alligator said. No one ever wants to play with me. All the fish swim away. The ducks kick me with their feet. His big alligator eyes filled with tears. That's so sad, Benjamin said. I don't like it when I don't have anyone to play with. So you'll play with me? The alligator asked. As long as you promise not to eat me, Benjamin said. I promise, the alligator said. My name is Albert. What's yours? Benjamin, Benjamin said. What do you want to play? We could play hide and seek, the alligator said. Do you know how to play? Sure I do, said Benjamin. I'll count first. You hide. Okay. No peeking, the alligator said. 1, 2, 3, Benjamin began to count. He heard some crunching behind him. Then he heard birds fly up in the sky. Why do you think Benjamin hears crunching behind him? Looking at your picture, what's happening here? What is going on that you might hear crunching? When he reached 10, he turned around. The alligator was nowhere to be found. Benjamin crept quietly through the tall grass. All he found were dragonflies and frogs. He crept quietly through the trees. All he found were squirrels and ants. Then something caught his eyes. It was alligator eyes. Albert was hiding under the picnic table. Found you, Benjamin said and jumped up and down. You're good, Albert said as he crawled out from under the table. My turn. Albert began to count. 1, 2, 3. Benjamin ran behind a big tree. It was big enough to hide him. He tried not to laugh. When Albert was done counting, he began to look. He looked in the tall grass. He looked in the trees. He even looked under the picnic table. Where did you go? He asked. Benjamin tried not to laugh. The alligator walked all around looking for Benjamin. Then something caught his eye. What do you think caught the alligator's eye? Let's make a prediction. What's coming up? There were big boy eyes. I found you, Albert called out as he ran toward the tree. Benjamin jumped out and laughed. I didn't know alligators could be so much fun, he said. Some of us are, Albert said. You just have to meet the right one. Benjamin, Dad called out. Benjamin, where are you? You better go, Albert said with a sigh. Don't worry, Benjamin smiled. I'll be back to play another day. I hope so, Albert smiled. He walked slowly back into the water. As he floated, Benjamin could still see his alligator eyes. And with that, we're going from the middle of the story to our next part, that's right, the end of the story is next, the very end. There you are, Dad said. Sorry I fell asleep. Did you catch anything? No, Benjamin shook his head. Oh well, Dad said. Some days nothing is biting. Not even alligators, Benjamin said with a grin. Benjamin looked back over his shoulder as they left the pond. He saw Albert's eyes above the water. He knew that any time he came to fish, he would have the chance to play with Albert again. He learned that day that you can't always judge an alligator by its teeth. The end. So friends, think about that. You can't always judge an alligator by its teeth. So after reading this book, we saw the pictures were drawn, the sun was shining, the alligator was running around playing hide and seek. Do alligators run around and play hide and seek? That's right, this book is fiction. So this fiction is trying to teach us a lesson that sometimes something might look scary, but it's not really scary. We just got to give it a try. So that's all we have time for today, friends. But I will see you again tomorrow. Bye.